Hello my friends and my female viewers. So today I am going to talk about the topic which is called shadow work, and it is a requested video. One of my female community member in my YouTube, she asked me to talk about shadow work, so I thought I'll make a video on it. Shadow is not something dark, evil, bad or to be scared of. The psychological definition of shadow is something which is disowned part of our personality, which is unconscious and which might have taken birth during our childhood because of our conditioning, because of some trauma or because of some emotional suppression. But the spiritual definition of shadow is much broader, multifaceted. It is some kind of imprint which your soul might be carrying not just from this life but from past life. Some kind of suppressions in not just your mind but in your soul, in your energy centers, and that is reflecting in your personality, which you either don't know it or don't show it. So I won't complicate it much by addressing it in very difficult way. I would simplify it by saying that shadow work is simply dealing with our shadows. I have a very interesting method to propose, which is called an IFAA model. I have designed an IFAA model for myself, and that is what I'm going to propose here. Number 1, I means identify and confront. So this requires a lot of self-awareness. Everything starts from self-awareness. So I would recommend you and highly request you to go back to my series Becoming Unstoppable, which talks about becoming highly self-aware in very simple practices, and then you come to know that who actually you are, what are your triggers, what are your likes, dislikes, and you will identify with your shadow self better. Self-talk and critical thinking. So just check on yourself, be aware of yourself when any shadow side of you pumps up or when any shadow side of you surfaces. So how you can do it, I will give you a simple example. For example, your man or your friend, you find your man to be talking to a beautiful woman, or you find your friend getting close to another person or befriending another friend too much, and some kind of jealousy pops up in you. So what you need to do is, you need to address it by self-talking, by talking to yourself and by critical thinking. So the first point is identify and confront. So you have identified what is that shadow side of you, and now you are confronting it by critical thinking. That is that jealousy really worth it? Is your man talking to a beautiful woman creating certain kind of threat in you, and why? Is it really worth it? By asking yourself that whether both of them talking is just a normal talk and it's just your jealousy, or actually they are talking in some inappropriate way, or they are flirting with each other. On the other hand, your friend becoming friend to another person, how is it harming you? Why is that jealousy coming in you? Number 2, forgive. We all have those parts in us, so there is no need to be so hard on yourself. We all have these kind of dark sides, these kind of shadow sides, shadow traits in us. I also at times feel extremely raged, extremely envious, insecure. At times I feel murderous too. But that doesn't mean I have to become really hard on myself. Although I have been really hard on myself, but now I am learning my way to forgive it. So just forgive yourself, accept it, that it's a part of you and we are here to work on it. So don't be hard on yourself and forgive. Number 3, A. A means accept it. So number 2, that is forgiveness, and number 3, acceptance. These are the part of making a conducive and comfortable environment for you to address and to identify those shadow sides and to accept it. So accept that is part of you and it's okay, because acceptance is the first step to addressing. If you accept it, then only you will be able to take next step towards dealing with it. Next time when such trigger comes up, you will be able to identify and catch it in better and self-aware manner. You will be able to identify it because you know you are kind to yourself and you know that you are not going to lash out on yourself. And number 4, affirmation. Affirmation means whenever such situation occurs where you find yourself to be triggered and you find yourself in a situation where some shadow traits in you is surfacing, just affirm. Why affirmation? Because any of the negative emotion basically starts from some kind of fear. So there is definitely some hidden fear. You don't know from where it is originating. It is originating from your past life or it is originating from this life. We don't know the origin, but we now know that it is there. So now we can address it. It doesn't matter from where it is coming, but what matters is now you have identified it and now we can easily deal with it. So just affirm that I am safe, I am protected, I am thankful to this trigger which is bringing these shadow sides to surface, because they are helping me identifying that there is some shadow side in me and now I can deal with it. So thank you, but I don't need it. I release that shadow side because I am safe. I know my body, my mind is trying to protect me, but I am safe. And if that relationship or that connection for which you are becoming jealous, I am taking again the example of that jealousy, for which you are becoming jealous, is right for you at this point of time according to your consciousness and your level of vibration, then no one can snatch it away from you. But if it is not right for you, then it's better that it leaves. So you don't need to worry about that connection or that situation or that relationship. If it is meant for you and it is right for you and that person, it will stay. Otherwise, it will leave. And in both ways, it is a win-win situation. It's okay to have those sides of us, those parts of us which we might be ashamed of it and which we might be hiding from the world because of social stigma and social taboo. It doesn't mean that those shadow sides are good. They can actually incur some harm in your life as well as in others' life. That is why we are here to deal with that. Try to follow this IFAA model, that is number 1, identify and confront. Number 2, forgive. Number 3, accept. And number 4, affirm. At the same time, I request you to go back to the description box. There is a link where I have just addressed about what kind of problems you girls, you females, or any female friend of you might be facing, because that would help me to identify your problems and to come up with better content around your solutions. So just take 2 minutes and please go to the description box, click that link and fill that form. It will help me a lot to serve you better. That's all from my side. Like this video, share with people you think they might be needing it, and subscribe my channel. My name is Batul and thank you so much for watching.